people are talking about, oh, sandbox this, excellent, take your pick of whatever metaverse, right?
Yeah.
My thing is this. I want to make money, like an insane amount of money, right? Not to give it away, because I don't believe in that shit. Right? Like, I'll give it to charity. I'm not a mean guy. But that altruism, garbage, vegan bullshit, like, no. I want to make an insane amount of money to make an impact, not only for my relatives, my kids, to help cement my legacy, but to enjoy it in the real goddamn world. Like, I want a beachfront. I want a yacht.
You want in the metaverse?
I want an orange Bugatti that I can feel. Okay? All right? I'm working on the muscles, Andrew. You'll be proud of me in 20 ways.
I have a nice big mansion in the metaverse. I'm not worried about that.
Why? Like, I get the metaverse for, like, you see how Zoom took off in COVID, right? Like, how it, like, became this thing. I don't know how Skype allowed Zoom to take off and take its space, right? I think of the metaverse in that if I have a friend across the world in Japan or China and I'm up in the Bahamas and I want to get on and I want a conference call with them, I want to podcast with someone across the pond, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Practical. But a mansion? I want like 50 acres in the metaverse? To do what?
Well, I mean, it's no problem to have 50 acres in the metaverse because it's all virtual, right? So
yeah, you can always create it. It has no real value. It's endless.
Correct. It can be almost infinite.
Right.
It just depends on how much storage you have. And so that's what it boils down to. But the reality is we are moving towards that sort of life rather than the physical world which we have always lived in and where we communicate and, as you said, put the phones away and just have an interaction with the people there, and that's the value of it. That's going away. And what is going to drive that is unemployment, huge unemployment, central bank digital currencies, and universal basic income. Those factors together, because as AI becomes more capable, it will take more and more jobs.
Right.
And so
someone said that'll push that innovation will push us to be more in the creative spaces. So it'll be content driven, entertainment, etc., etc.
There will be, but the majority of people will not necessarily be productive creators. A lot of them will escape. An example of it right now is like if you look in San Francisco and you see the amount of homeless people there and how they're living. Now, they get money every week, and the government pays them.
Okay.
This is how it works. The government pays them.
Government pays homeless people?
Yeah.
What? How much?
Enough to get high and
so it's almost like the equivalent of the Jones are getting NIB.
That's what it is. And so the incentive, there's no incentive to change.
Right.
In fact, they're promoting it. They're promoting this.
Just enough to get a fix, and I'll see you next month.
And California's leading the charge with that. I mean, San Francisco is probably the #1 place to see this.
Wow. I thought Portland, Oregon was pretty bad.
Well, it may be, but San Fran is pretty bad too.
Jeez.
So the thing is that in time, given enough time, and we're not maybe 10 years out, I don't know, but we're looking at a situation where you're going to have a tremendous amount of people
Mhm.
who are unemployed, and they will be getting a basic income from the government
Mhm.
through central bank digital currency, so that you have to behave yourself, and that determines how you can spend it. But that's forcing more and more people into this virtual reality metaverse
Something to do.
that Zuckerberg is building. And so ultimately, what I think Zuckerberg is doing is 10 years out. That's his game plan.
Building the space for the government to say, hey, I need you to entertain these people, give them something to do, we'll give you X amount, and wow.
The virtual reality space is going to be so much more interesting than their actual physical lives.
Unicorns and dragons.
There you go.
So much people, like, even now, like, on social media, the whole OnlyFans wave and all that.
Don't you hate OnlyFans?
I'm not hating on it, but saying I would rather have an OnlyFans relationship than a real relationship.
It's easy. It's an easy exchange. What are you talking about?
Then, like, the growth of, like, parasocial relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's a whole thing. And I tell people this, we're in a time now where I feel like we're more connected, but we're more disconnected, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make perfect sense.
It's like, for example, one of my favorite YouTubers abroad in Japan, like, I found myself Christmas watching his Christmas live stream, and it's like, it's me and a lot of other people who couldn't travel because it was COVID time.
Right.
We couldn't travel to be with our families and all that. So it's like, the next best thing is sitting down watching our favorite content creator just eat.
I don't know if that's the next best thing. I don't think that's the next best
Watching them drink
thing.
alcohol and eat chicken like that. But that's how a lot of, like, parasocial relationships work and how we're getting there. So I definitely can see, like, as people start to get more unemployed, they have less going on in their real lives. So
You're just a live out the fantasy.
Yeah, basically that's it. Live out the fantasy.
But what is going to be missing is real happiness. There will be none of that because it's all distraction.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get this straight. You telling me that the majority of the population is going to fall into a cycle, it's pretty much into a virtual coma.
Yeah.
Because the government is going to give them X amount to go and play one big video game instead of staying at home, finding a nice gal, juicing up big enough, juicing up big enough.
Jay,
So, wow.
Jay, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
You ever played Grand Theft Auto online?
I hate it.
You hate it.
I love the story. I love the story mode. Like, I'm ready for 6 right now. I will run through the story. I will play it over on every difficulty. I hate interacting with jerks online.
Yeah, that's a part.
Give
of
me
it.
a private server, maybe with some close friends, maybe my fantasy football guys.
Yeah.
But some kid walking around on some rocket, I just walk out of my condo and they want to blow my car. Like, what the fuck? Like no.
I found I used
done.
to play story mode too, and I started playing online. It's like I haven't touched story mode since because it's like it's a thrill almost. It's like, all right, this guy's trying to kill me, blah blah blah. Or
Right.
like just going into a club owned by another player. Like I'm in a club in a video game instead of a club in real life, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're getting drunk in a virtual club right now.
Jeez.
And that's kind of like where it is. It's like the metaverse is almost an advanced version of like the Grand Theft Auto situation, So.
Yeah, so it's not free.
Jeez. That's not.
It's not.
And I'm not anti-metaverse. I am definitely not. I will pump and chill your coin like the best of them. Take my profits and run. I am not anti-you. It has its place. I think it has its place. It's a tool like anything else. It has its application. But to say this is where we're going to host humanity because we have innovated ourselves into a box, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.